Well, the NFL trade deadline is less than a week away. So between now and November 4th, it's go time for contenders and their general managers. Today, we're diving into a list of AFC contenders, which moves they should make to make that playoff push. And here are the odds to win the AFC. And the Chiefs are 5-1 since dropping those first two games, so the dynasty alive and well. They are favorites to win the conference at plus 240, followed by who else? The Bills, who are actually going to meet them in Week 9 or host them in Buffalo. After that, the upstart 7-1 Colts, followed by the Broncos and the Patriots, rounding at the top 5 odds to win the AFC. Putting their general manager hats on with us today, our guys Leger Duzable and Pete Prisco joining us here in studio. And Leger, I'll start with you, and let's start right at the top of that list with the Chiefs. What's the move Kansas City needs to make or should make if they want to continue this run they're on this year?
Yeah, they don't need many moves, Mike, but one that I think they should potentially make is Harrison Phillips, trading from the Jets to the Chiefs. Now, he was already traded this year, and then we've seen other guys traded twice in one season, right? Kenny Pickett was traded twice. I believe Sam Howell was traded twice in the season. They need to refortify the interior of that defensive line. Now, there is a rumor that Mike Purnell could potentially sign really soon, and we know that Chris Jones really loves him, and he's been vying for him to get back on this roster. But I think Harrison Phillips could really elevate their run defense. I think that next to Chris Jones will free him up, too, so he can do some other things in the run and the pass game. So Harrison Phillips from the Jets to the Chiefs.
I know you don't want to hear this as a Jets guy, but Nadi's actually played pretty well the last couple of years. He has.
He struggled when he first got there.
He did. He was bad when he first got there, but he's played pretty well. But they do need another big body.
Pete, when you talk about the Bills, who the Chiefs will meet.
From the moment we heard the conversation, the question echoed across Arrowhead. Could Harrison Phillips become a game changer for the Kansas City Chiefs? For a franchise built on dominance, on momentum, on that relentless pursuit of edge after edge, the possibility of bolstering the defensive interior with a piece like Phillips has the fan base buzzing. The Chiefs are no strangers to big moments, no strangers to players who fill the gaps that matter most. And the buzz right now is that the run-stop gap control monster in Harrison Phillips might just be that missing link. Let's break it down. Kansas City is already humming on offense, already proving to the world that the dynasty lives. But on defense, the trenches, those battles up front, can make or break postseason dreams. The Chiefs know this. They've built their championship DNA on getting stops when it counts, on making the opponent uncomfortable in the red zone, on turning the momentum with a tackle for loss or a pressure up the middle. And that's why Phillips makes sense. According to multiple reports, Phillips has been a stalwart at nose tackle, nose guard roles, a veteran whose resume shows some serious run defense chops. Now here's the reality check. Phillips is under contract with the Jets as of August 2025, after the trade from the Vikings. So the idea of him sliding into Kansas City is speculative, but that's what makes the discussion exciting for the Chiefs' kingdom. What if they could wrangle a deal? What if Andy Reid plus Brett Veach decide the time is right to push all in on the interior line? The idea of pairing Phillips with the ferocious presence of Chris Jones becomes a thrilling prospect. You disrupt the run, you force the opponent into one-dimensional offense, you take away what they're comfortable doing and make them do something uncomfortable. That's playoff football. That's Super Bowl football. Imagine Arrowhead on a cold November night, the Chiefs' D standing tall, Phillips controlling the line, Jones busting through, the offense making the big plays. It sends a message. We're not just here to compete, we're here to dominate. And for the fans in red and gold, that message matters. Because every time you believe, every time you invest your voice, your presence, your energy in this team, you want the front office to show up too. You want the move that says, we see the weakness, we're acting on it, we're fixing it. And Phillips fits the blueprint. Let's dive into how he fits. First, gap integrity and run stop. Phillips has shown in his career that he can hold the point of attack, clog up rushing lanes, and force offenses to go elsewhere. Chiefs' defenses of recent years have been stellar, but nobody is perfect. There are games where an interior rush forces the Chiefs into third and shorts, where the opponent runs with confidence. Bringing in a veteran like Phillips means you shore that up. Second, allowing the other playmakers to flourish. With someone reliable up the middle, Chris Jones can roam free, the linebackers can flow, and the edge rushers can pin their ears back. It creates flexibility, and flexibility in the playoffs is priceless. Third, leadership and experience. The Chiefs' culture thrives on players who know what it takes. While Phillips may not have the same Super Bowl rings as some of the Chiefs' core, he brings maturity and reliability. That's the kind of guy you want when stakes are highest. From an engagement standpoint, this is the kind of story that lights up the fan base. Will the Chiefs make the move? Will they show urgency? Will Veach and Reed pull the trigger and tell the rest of the league, beware? For your audience, this is high-tension, high-reward content. It's not just, could they sign a guy? It's, could they take the next step in the dynasty by locking down a key area? And everyone wants to feel like they're part of that narrative. Of course, we must temper the excitement with realism. Phillips is not currently on the Chiefs. The Jets hold his rights. The Vikings apparently moved him for draft picks. So that means cost, trade cap, need overlap, these all become variables. But that's what makes speculation fun. For the fan, it's about belief. Belief that the front office cares, that they're watching, that they'll act. And as of now, seeing no major mismove on the defensive interior, the possible arrival of Phillips would be a clear signal we're still building, still attacking, still believing we can win it all again. In conclusion, for the kingdom of the Chiefs, this isn't about hype. It's about momentum. It's about legacy. It's about seeing a franchise that doesn't rest, that doesn't stay comfortable, that keeps responding and adjusting. Harrison Phillips may or may not join the Kansas City Chiefs, but the mere possibility is enough to rally the fan base, to build conversation, to fuel hope. And when the building blocks are there, that hope becomes expectation. So what do you think? Does Harrison Phillips belong in Kansas City? Would he make a real impact for the Chiefs' defense? Drop your opinions below. I want to know what you're thinking. And if you're fired up for this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's ride together through every move, every game, every moment of this season.